Hi RC fans, I'm Willow Tracy, the RC Chick, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at these two LESU trailers. So this one came out a little bit earlier. It's the A0041 trailer, 3-axle trailer, and this is going to be the newest, latest version. It's a 5-axle trailer, the A0055. So now let's compare the differences and which one you should get. Now let's check out the difference in size and length of these two trailers. Obviously this one is much shorter. So the green one, which is our A0041, the usable space on the deck over here is going to be 63 centimeters. And then when it comes to the overall length of the trailer, all the way up here, so we have to find the end, it's going to be at 94 centimeters. And then coming over to our A0055 trailer, it's going to be 82 centimeters in usable space. And then for the overall length of the entire trailer, it's going to be 114 centimeters. Now coming over to the width of our trailers, so the red AA055 is going to be 19.5 centimeters wide, which is actually going to be the same as our green AA41, since they do have mostly the same features apparently. However, we'll look for the differences in them. Now coming over to the A0055, so this one is actually painted and assembled by the factory in this red color. So it will have the gray on the top here, but you do have red throughout. And of course we have the gray on the extendable sides over here as well. So you're only going to get these two colors, which are red and gray. However, for our Toucan Hobby painted and assembled, you can choose any color you want to be done by us. And of course on this one we have the nice green color. On the top here we do have some white paint, and we do have some red on these extendable parts on the sides and some white on the bottom. So you do get to choose what you want to be which color, which gives you many more options. Now let's check out more of the details of these two trailers. So they're both going to come with these super cool boxes that you can use. Oh, I got caught up. That you can use to store whatever you need. And of course the sizes of the base here on the gooseneck are also gonna be the same, but of course you can choose whatever colors that you like. And another feature that I really like is you can actually open these sides. So all you have to do is flip this up. And they come with springs on the side, so that's just gonna keep it back where it needs to be every single time. Super easy. That is a really nice feature. So that's going to be the same on this one as well. When you flip, oh, I got it. You can easily open, and we do have some springs. Now coming over to our sides over here on the front, so both of these trailers are going to come with these wheel stoppers that you can easily remove. So this one has been painted in red. However, on the side here we do have the silver painted ones. So it's such a cool little feature. So many details on these LESU trailers. And both of them are also going to have the simulation air brakes on the bottom here. Same thing over here. Now coming over to the hydraulic system of these trailers, they both do have literally the same one, if I can get this open. So once you open this part on top of the trailer, this is going to be our entire hydraulic system. So it comes with a high precision oil tank right over here. Right over here you can see the overflow valve, and this is going to be our 1-channel valve for the hydraulic system. So this only runs the electric tail legs, actually the hydraulic ones, which lifts them up and down. Now right next to this panel is your battery compartment. Also, I really need to learn to open these. So obviously we do have a T connector that we'll be using on this one. It's actually going to be the exact same setup as over here on our longer A0050. Come on, open up. Guys, it's not easy to do anything without your hands. Come on, Lily, got it. So we finally got that open, and on the other side too. So for the batteries on this one, we do have this 4000 milliamp LiPo 2S battery. You can actually use a 3S if you want. Just like on this other one, this is going to be a 3S battery. Now, the first obvious difference between the A0041 and the A0055 is on our A0041, we only have 3 axles. So now this one, we do have the axle wheel hubs painted in this nice white color, so that is also a customizable part. However, on the A0055, you do get all of these 5 axles, and you can actually steer them, so that is a huge difference. But right here, we can see that we do not have them painted in the wheel hubs, but you can get this as a kit version, paint it yourself, or ask us at Tukan Hobby to give you the paint that you want and paint the wheel hubs as well. Now, taking a look at the most important parts of these trailers, under here we have the chassis of the A0041. It comes with your traditional kingpin over here for hooking up to the truck. However, it does have these 2 positions in which you can change wherever you want it to be set up. Now, coming over here on the bottom, you do have more details like these full metal oil tanks over here, which looks super cool and super good. We do have these 2 storage boxes that you can use for your receiver and your light boards and lighting systems. And over here, coming over to the axles, you do have these full metal axles over here with double wheels on each one. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 axles with simulation air suspension. So we can have these simulated air suspension. They do move in, but there is no real air or anything inside of them. It's just simulated. Over here, here, and that will be the same on each and every axle. So there is nothing else super special about this. It's just going to be your standard trailer under. Now, coming over to the A0055, you guys, this one is a beast. So starting over here on the 5th wheel, you are not able to adjust the distance like we can on the other trailer, but it does come with a potentiometer that is on the inside here. This is going to allow you to steer the wheels when it is on, since this piece sends a signal to the other wheels over here so that they can be steered. All you have to do is connect it to your trailer, and whenever you hit a turn, it's going to be fine. Now, over here on the center of the trailer, it's going to be basically the same as the other one. You're still going to have your full metal tanks here as decorative parts, and the 2 boxes to hold all your lighting materials and your receivers and whatever that you need to upgrade your trailer. Now, coming over to the 5 axles. So they're going to be basically similar, only in the double wheels and the full metal shaft here. However, we do have some extra shafts since we do need to control the steering on this model. We will have the same type of air suspension simulation, and there's the simulated air suspension. Works the same way as the other trailer. But we have more extra parts, such as each axle will have its own servo for steering. So this one has this, and that one, and another one at the back. So 5 servos for each of the 5 axles. Now, you can set up any of these trailers with any controller that you want. So I've set this one up with this i6S controller in black, but you can choose whichever you want. So they both do have electric supports over here. So you can simply just pull a switch, and that's how the electric supports work on the A0041. So most of these, when you order them on the website, they will not come with a controller. You always need to ask if you need one. So that's as low as this one goes. Now let's go over here to the A0055. This one, we've set it up with this PL18 EV controller, which I would prefer since you can control your truck and your trailer at the same time, but it does cost way more. And now coming over to the light system of these two trailers, they do have a very similar one. So we do have LEDs on the sides all the way going to the back. So there is 4 LEDs on this trailer, same as this one, only on the sides. So for the red one, you do have them turn on. We don't have any different modes over here. And on the green one, same thing, no modes on the sides. You do have to go through a few switches to turn it off, same as this one. Now coming over in the back of the trailer, we also do have the light system. So when you flip it once, your daylight comes on both of these lights and also on your rear lights here for your number plates. That's super cool. And you do have your indicator lights on both sides. You also get the amber lights flashing at the same time. Your reversing lights with the horn sound, the beeping sound, and of course your bright red brake lights. Now coming over here to the top, we also do have this warning light, so you can easily turn that on. And you have a bunch of different modes to choose from. Now let's check out how we can do the light system on the other green one. That's the A0041. So it's going to have basically the same similar one. So you have your daylights on for the lights on the bottom. And of course you do have your indicator lights as well. You do have your amber lights flashing at the same time. And you do have your reversing lights with the beeping sound. And of course your braking lights. And you do have these two lights on the bottom here as well. Let's not forget those. Now on the top, we do have the same similar warning light. You can also switch in between different modes for this one. Now starting over here with the A0055, it does have the hydraulic tailgate. So now let's see how that works. So it's pretty simple, super smooth. Look at it go down, and it's actually really quiet, and you can actually adjust the speed at which it goes up or goes down. So it works really well. So you can go super fast, although I would not recommend it. I think it's much better slow. Now coming over to the A0041, it also does have the hydraulic lifting legs in the back, actually the tailgate. So it will also work the same way as our hydraulic A0055. You can also try to lift it up a little bit slower. Alright everyone, now that was our two LESU trailers. We have the 5-axle newest one and this other one, the A0041, which is a little bit older, but of course there's always really nice brand new trailers coming in every time. So you guys should let me know if you'd like to get any of these customized PNP kits, whatever you want. Just contact me, Little Tracy the RC Check, and I will help you guys get the best one. See you in the next video. Bye.